West Michigan is an amazing place. People are so generous with their time and their resources, and I hope that we never take that for granted because there's a lot of really good people here.
Every day, people all across West Michigan pay it forward. They open their hearts and give, never asking for anything in return. Their acts of kindness are what makes this a great place to live.
Gosh, when it feels hard outside, depressing outside maybe, that's the time to step up and do something.
A kind deed goes a long way.
Tonight on Fox 17, we honor our Persons of the Month for 2021.
It makes you feel great to make an impact in your community.
I just encourage everyone to help others.
One of them will be named Pay It Forward Person of the Year and receive $5,000 from Lake Michigan Credit Union. And now, please enjoy the Pay It Forward Awards.
And thanks for joining us for the Pay It Forward Awards. I'm Doug Reardon.
And I'm Janice Allen. Here at Fox 17, we make it a priority to bring you good stories that are happening all across West Michigan.
And over the next 30 minutes, we'll show you some of those while also honoring our 12 Pay It Forward Persons of the Month from 2021. At the end of our program tonight, one of them will be named Person of the Year and receive a $5,000 check from the Lake Michigan Credit Union.
Here to kick things off with our first nominees from January, February, and March is our own Tessa DeTiro.
Doug, Janice, when small things add up, they can make a big difference. That was the idea behind Guys Who Give, a group started by our first nominee, CODY Livingston.
January. CODY and his brother started Guys Who Give with the goal of getting at least 100 guys together 4 times a year and asking them to donate $100 each to a Kalamazoo area charity.
It's much more impactful if we can rally a bunch of people together and multiply that impact tenfold. The goal is to give at least a $10,000 gift to a local nonprofit once every quarter.
Among the nonprofits that have received a gift from the guys, Local Love, 12 Baskets, and Lending Hands.
We try to keep it quiet if we can. We love to surprise organizations and to see their reaction and to watch them not have any words. Of course, that impacts me a little bit and makes me emotional.
So far, Guys Who Give has raised more than $130,000, and they've expanded, adding new chapters in St. Joseph, Van Buren, and Kent counties.
It's really fun to do what we're doing, and we're making a real impact, and that's what it's all about.
February. As the owner of Amore Trattoria Italiana in Comstock Park, Chef JENNA ARCIDIACONO knows how hard local restaurants are struggling because of the pandemic. At one point, she even had to close her doors for a few months.
You don't know what someone else is going through or how much they're struggling because they're going to smile at work and get through it, but a lot of these people are struggling a lot.
She wanted to do something to boost the spirits of those in her industry. So inspired by videos she saw on TikTok, Chef JENNA started Tip Back Thursday. Each week, she raises money with the community's help to bless an area restaurant with a tip of $1,000 or more.
A kind deed goes a long way, and even a smile, even if it's under a mask, we can tell that you're smiling. You know, we could all use that right now.
March.
I posted a video online on Facebook of me skydiving back in 2010.
Little did Rob VANSUILICHEM know that this plunge would lead to a yearly tradition of plunging for Special Olympics West Michigan.
At that time, I had just reconnected with a friend from school. Her son's in Special Olympics, and he saw the video and said, hey, let's challenge him to do the polar plunge. I'm a little bit of a adrenaline junkie, so I said, heck with it, let's do it.
Rob's team, the Ever Dry Plungers out of Wyoming, don costumes before jumping into the frigid water. They've raised $125,000 since they started back in 2010.
People say, you know, if you're not living, you're dying. Well, I say if you're not doing good, you're doing bad.
If you're interested in finding out how you can help support the Guys Who Give, Tip Back Thursday, or Ever Dry Plungers, head to fox17online.com.
All of our Persons of the Month receive a check from Lake Michigan Credit Union. Any of them could be awarded Person of the Year tonight. Our Marisa Oberle will have a look at our nominees for April, May, and June in just a bit. Doug and Janice, back to you.
All right, Tessa, thank you. For years now, Fox 17 has been partnering with Lake Michigan Credit Union to help recognize those who do good in our community.
Here now with a few remarks is their Chief Marketing Officer.
Good evening. I'm Don Bratt from Lake Michigan Credit Union, and on behalf of LMCU and our members and staff, we are privileged to be the signature sponsor of the Fox 17 Pay It Forward event. Lewis Carroll, the author of Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, once said, "One of the deep secrets of life is that all that is really worth doing is what we do for others." Lake Michigan Credit Union CEO and President Sandy Jelinski has a vision that keeps the LMCU staff focused on always doing what is right for others too, for our members and also for those in our communities. We're excited to celebrate the humble work of some amazing people tonight. They use their God-given talents to make a difference and improve the lives of those in our communities. I hope that their stories inspire you to make a difference as well, because they certainly have inspired me. On behalf of LMCU, we want to thank each of the nominees for making an impact and for Fox 17 for organizing this very worthy event. Thank you.
Thanks, Don. I'm Kim Kraus, General Manager here at Fox 17. And if you're like me, you sure could use some positive news right now. That's why Pay It Forward is such an important part of Fox 17, because there are acts of kindness happening every day, and we believe that's news worth sharing. I hope you connect with the stories featured tonight, and I hope you'll join me in thanking our nominees. Thank you for reminding us why we're proud to call West Michigan home.
Yeah, and when it comes to paying it forward, arguably one of the biggest things someone can do is adopting a child.
But in Montcalm County, a woman is proving better late than never when it comes to finding your forever family. At a young age, Minette Rodriguez became one of the 670,000 kids in the U.S. foster care system. After bouncing around Southern California at age 11, she went to live with a woman named Rosalie. But just a few years later, and traumatized from her past, Minette ran away at 14 and trouble followed her into adulthood. That is until she made her way to Montcalm County and began to take back her life. She got married, raised kids, and even approached higher education. Minette and Rosalie eventually reconnected, and this past summer, Minette was adopted.
Her being 85 and me going through cancer, and it was just a nice time for it to happen for both of us.
It's lovely to feel that you belong and that you've got a family.
Now, after the adoption papers, Minette also was pushed to get a new birth certificate with Rosalie's name on it. Here in Michigan, there are about 13,000 kids in foster care. For more information on how you can help those kids, you can head to fox17online.com.
And another big and life-changing way to save others is to become an organ donor. And that's exactly what a man in Zeeland did after he saw a bumper sticker encouraging people to donate their kidneys. After thinking it over, Jacob Van Singel decided to give his up and donate it to a total stranger.
And it felt like one way that I could just tangibly help and give back, which is, I think, I had been looking for.
I feel super blessed to be a small piece of something way bigger than myself.
After the surgery, Van Singel's kidney was flown all the way out to UCLA Medical Center in California to a patient who only matched with 0.02% of the population. While we won't know who that person is for a few months, Van Singel is hoping to eventually meet them, and we certainly hope he is afforded that opportunity. Well, we continue now to showcase our Persons of the Month.
In just a bit, just one will be named our Person of the Year and receive a $5,000 prize from Lake Michigan Credit Union. But first, Marisa Oberle reintroduces us to the winners from April, May, and June.
Doug and Janice, it's no secret nurses have been busy working hard on the front lines during the pandemic. And a woman in Grand Rapids has been doing that while also spreading joy in her community. April.
It's been a whirlwind. It's been a lot of emotions of like ups and downs.
Those highs and lows, all part of what Audrey Went sees on a regular basis as an ER nurse. But during the pandemic, she decided she wanted to help people outside the hospital too, and created We Care GR as a way to bring people together through good deeds.
So I just posted on my Facebook, and one thing turned into another, and here we are.
Audrey began with a school supply drive, which ended up bringing in more than $14,000 worth of supplies to cover all of Buchanan Elementary. But she didn't stop there. For Valentine's Day, the group delivered personalized gifts and goodies to patients at DeVos Children's Hospital. And the Make a Friend, Save a Life program helped connect families and lonely senior citizens as pen pals.
It doesn't take much to shine a little light of kindness out there.
May.
It's so much more than just the baseball game.
In fact, it's a way to make dreams come true and includes kids of all abilities. And it started with Tony COMDEN, who wanted to coach his own son in baseball, despite the challenges following his diagnosis with brain cancer and surgery at a young age.
He had lost all gross and fine motor skills, so he couldn't walk, he couldn't talk, he couldn't urinate, he couldn't feed himself.
But after years of rehab and therapy, his son Jed could play baseball. And soon after, Tony heard about the Miracle League. And after raising $500,000, the West Michigan Miracle League was born in 2013.
We have had blind kids, we've had kids who can't hear, we have kids in walkers and wheelchairs, autism, Down syndrome. We literally had a little boy play from a hospital bed. To see the joy, to see the celebration, to see the smiles, it's a beautiful thing.
June.
She was our super spicy, spirited, incredibly confident, powerful young lady.
And it's that bright spirit that helps still bring a smile to SHARYN CAPOBIANCO's face as she remembers her daughter, Milan.
She was diagnosed 3 days before her 7th birthday with a DIPG, diffuse intrinsic pontine glioma.
Milan passed away in 2009 from the terminal form of childhood brain cancer. She was just 8 years old.
There wasn't anything being done, and 100% of these children die.
And that's a statistic SHARYN is determined to change. That's why she and her husband ended up reaching out to the Van Andel Institute to help start Milan's Miracle Fund. More than 10 years later, the nonprofit has brought in hundreds of thousands of dollars, helping lead to a major breakthrough when the FDA approved clinical trials in February 2021.
So at least now there's a tremendous amount of hope for families.
And hope for SHARYN, which also helped carry her through losing her husband as well, continuing on both of their dreams to cure a deadly disease.
She never gave up. And neither are we.
And all of our winners received a check from Lake Michigan Credit Union. For more information on any of those organizations, just head to fox17online.com. And coming up later, our ELLIOT GRANDIA will reintroduce us to our winners from July, August, and September. Doug and Janice, back to you.
Yeah, so many fantastic efforts, so many fantastic people.
Yeah.
And of course, with the IPG, we've had a couple of families here in our area experience that. So fantastic work. All right, we're just a short time away, actually, from revealing our Person of the Year. So we'll be announcing them in just a bit.
But first, we want to check in with last year's winner, Michaela Linebaugh, to find out what she's been up to and how her Pay It Forward efforts have still been ongoing during the pandemic.
I'll have heat and the muffler won't be loud.
All good things, plus a surprise cut on camera, how a local organization is making sure a teen who uses a wheelchair is able to get around a bit easier with his family these days.
Hello, I am Mayor Rosalyn Bliss, and I want to say congratulations to the Fox 17 Pay It Forward Award winners. I want to thank you for stepping up and for volunteering and giving back to our community in really significant ways. And for everyone else, I encourage you to think about volunteering. Think about ways that you can step up to help one of our great nonprofit organizations, or really just to reach out and help someone in need. Volunteering changes people's lives, but more importantly, it can save people's lives. So congratulations again, and let's do our part to make our community a better place for everyone.
And of course, a big thank you to Mayor Bliss there for offering those remarks. Tonight on the Pay It Forward Awards, we recognize good deeds being done by the community and others, and we honor our 2021 Persons of the Month for their kindness and their generosity.
Again, soon one of them will be named our Person of the Year and receive a $5,000 prize from Lake Michigan Credit Union. Here now with our nominees from July, August, and September is ELLIOT GRANDIA.
Helping other people eat, it spells hope, and that is what Julie Brunson is cultivating.
July. Julie Brunson and her husband are no strangers to food insecurity. He struggled with homelessness as a teenager, while she faced her own challenges as the youngest of 7.
So we also understood lack or the difficulty finding fresh fruits and vegetables.
So in 2015, they started the nonprofit Hope Gardens in Byron Center. It's all to empower children and families to grow food from seed to plate.
We want them to have that experience from starting that seed, and then the pride of them seeing it grow. And what kids grow, they'll actually try to eat.
What started as a bag of donated seeds has blossomed into gardening education in more than a dozen schools in West Michigan.
Seeing the aha moment in a child when they have planted something, they see it grow, and they have this sense of pride.
Any excess fruits and veggies from the gardens is now donated to food pantries serving local families. August.
Pretty much you name it, we probably have it or a version of it.
So when you shop at Good, Better, Best in Coldwater, not only are you likely to find a treasure, you're also supporting area teachers and students. As a mother of 5 and a former educator, KRISTEN knows just how important a good education is and how much schools are struggling due to these budget cuts.
Here we believe that education is the best way to better a community. And so that's why we take our proceeds and we put our time and effort into raising money to support education in Branch County.
Since opening in June of 2020, the store has awarded more than $40,000 in grants and scholarship. She attributes the success of Good, Better, Best to the community.
We kept worrying we were going to run out of donations, but we have such a generous community and they just kept bringing it.
And her group of volunteers.
And the way they step up and they take part and they do, it's amazing to see.
September. Martial arts is his passion, and for nearly 25 years, Frank Ferrier has now shared his knowledge for free. In the summer, Ferrier teaches self-defense and Taekwondo 2 days a week in Fremont Lake Park. And like his teacher before him, Ferrier wanted to give back by offering those lessons at no cost.
And if they learn one thing that'll help them from getting hurt, that's great.
The Marine Corps veteran and 7th Dan Black Belt estimates he's taught around 4,000 people so far.
Now I have some of my students bringing their kids to me that were the same age they were when they first see me, so I've been teaching a long time.
Passing on the moves, but also teaching his students patience, discipline, and respect, and showing them that they can really accomplish anything they put their minds to.
He teaches us that, even though things are hard, we can still do them.
They're excited that they can accomplish something they never thought they could do, and it makes it all worthwhile.
If you're interested in supporting Hope Gardens, visiting Good, Better, Best, or checking out Frank's martial arts classes, that information is available on fox17online.com.
And all of our persons of the month receive a check from Lake Michigan Credit Union. Coming up in just a bit, our Max Goldwasser will have a look at the final 3 nominees. Doug and Janice, back to you.
All right, thank you for that, Elliot. Well, they're a group giving mobility to those with degenerative conditions.
Lori's Voice was founded by Dave Hastings and his wife Lori, who was diagnosed with muscular dystrophy at the age of 12. So she knows all too well the challenges that come along with it. It's why they surprised a local family to help them get around a bit easier. Take a look.
What? Oh my gosh.
Denise,
I know.
you no longer have to drive your old vans.
Oh my gosh. What is going on?
Amazing surprise here, a moment of relief and also a little bit of confusion for the Pickham family. In December, they were given a mobility van to help 16-year-old Trenton get around. He was born with a disorder that caused his brain to stop developing, causing him to need a wheelchair. His mom says the new vehicle is a welcome replacement to their old van, which had lost heat and had other issues like a rotted floorboard and a broken muffler.
I'll just feel very safe driving now.
Denise is one of these people that's advocating for every other special needs family out there, but won't ask for herself. She's looking out for everybody else.
Sounds like she deserved that big surprise. That mobility van like that cost around $80,000. Lori's Voice, which has helped partially pay for specially equipped vans, now hopes to make that full-scale giveaway an annual tradition, and what a special one that would be.
Certainly, and we all take for granted, I think, just climbing in the car, being able to get ourselves to where we need to go. So really an incredible gift of freedom, actually, that they gave.
That independence. In just a little bit, we'll be revealing our 2021 Pay It Forward Person of the Year.
Yeah, but before we announce that winner, and we're excited to do so, our Max Goldwasser has a look back at our nominees from October, November, and December of this year.
Doug and Janice, according to the CDC, each year around 255,000 women in the U.S. are diagnosed with breast cancer. And in Muskegon County, one woman has raised more than $20,000 to help reduce that statistic.
October.
Once you start something, it's hard to stop.
And that momentum is a win-win for Linda Porter, who's been taking time to get in shape, all while helping raise money for breast cancer awareness and research.
I really do it to help those. I walk because I can.
Those walks taking her to various locations, including Hilton Head Island, South Carolina, where she walked 30 miles in 3 days. Linda says raising money for breast cancer research is a cause close to her heart, with several of her own family members fighting that disease.
My skirt of honor for the people that I walk for, and I add names, unfortunately, every year.
In addition to the walks, she also cycles for the cause. And while fundraising has become its own full-time job for her, Linda says she wouldn't have it any other way.
I just encourage everyone to help others. It feels so good for yourself, and you do such wonderful things.
November. Marcia Evans says it was faith that led her and her husband to a farm off 60th Avenue in Allendale, where in 2015, Bethesda Farm was born, becoming a haven for adults with special needs.
Bethesda means House of Mercy, and we felt that was very fitting.
The nonprofit now helps around 15 adults with a day camp program Monday through Thursday, providing activities like cooking, quilting, Bible study, and bingo.
I've always had a big heart for folks that really needed a little extra help.
Marcia was a longtime teacher at Jennison Public Schools who also worked with adults with special needs through Harbor House Ministries, and says the lessons and interactions at Bethesda mean more than words can say.
I get lots of hugs at the end of the day, if that means anything.
December.
We quickly learned that kids will come to your door and they don't have anything. Or they do have like a trash bag.
That's something Lisa Hoovey set out to change after fostering more than a dozen kids in Ottawa County over the years and noticing they didn't have much to take with them when placed in homes.
That's really what motivated us to start this, to see if there was some sort of good, constant source for the kids.
So in 2015, she decided to start up Hope Packages, putting together first night bags for kids filled with things like underwear, socks, even stuffed animals, to try and make their transition into new homes a bit less stressful.
It's unfortunate that there's a need for it, but I'm really excited that we can help that.
Since its inception, more than 4,200 Hope Packages have been distributed to foster care agencies around the state, including the Upper Peninsula, a small gesture that's making a big difference.
It's something that they can keep, they don't have to share, they don't have to return it. I think that's very special.
We have more information about those organizations on our website, and in just a few minutes, one of our nominees will be named our Person of the Year. For now, though, in the studio, I'm Max Goldwasser, Fox 17 News.
And they called me on the field separately, individually. And then I was surprised with Super Bowl tickets, which was really amazing, 2 of them. So me and my dad are going to go.
Yeah, and we're sure they're going to have a great time now that we actually know who's playing, too. That's 12-year-old Sawyer Hendrickson, one of our previous Persons of the Year. In December, she was in Detroit to watch the Lions game, and as an NFL Salute to Service Persons for the Lions, she was called onto the field with a couple other hometown heroes and recognized for all her hard work for helping those who serve our country. Their efforts that include sending thousands of stockings to service members overseas for the holidays. Then while on the field, she was given tickets to the upcoming Super Bowl, and as you heard, she's bringing her dad with her. It was also a very special game to be at since it was the Lions' first win in almost a year. I'm sure she had something to do with that, too.
And now we know she can cheer for maybe former Lion Matt Stafford in the big game.
Absolutely, which will be fantastic. So obviously, we're always so proud of our Persons of the Year and the month. And now that we've met all of them, keep in mind one of them will be named our Pay It Forward Person of the Year in just a couple minutes.
That's right. But before we announce our new winner, we wanted to check in with 2020's Person of the Year to see how she's continuing to help families with cancer.
Oh, hi! Hi! We have a surprise for you! Okay. You are actually our Pay It Forward Person of the Year! Oh my God, this was just a follow-up! Oh my gosh!
It's been a year now since we surprised our 2020 Person of the Year, Michaela Linebaugh, right on her doorstep.
It was awesome. It will be a day I'll never forget, that's for sure.
Michaela created the B Foundation, helping families affected by cancer in her hometown of Belding, a mission near and dear to her heart after losing her dad in 2011 and in 2021 losing her father-in-law to the disease as well.
We have $1,000 per year to help anyone in our community with any form of cancer, and we pay anything except for medical bills just because we don't want to get involved with insurance companies. So, you know, a lot of people use it for gas back and forth for treatments, car repairs, you know, mortgage, you know, payments, things like that.
She and the B Foundation have continued to pay it forward despite the pandemic.
Donations this year have actually surpassed pre-pandemic giving. The community's already raised $87,000 this year alone. And so now we're pushing close to $700,000 since 2011. We kind of laugh because we'll say, remember when we were going to help one family and hopefully raise $500? And so we just kind of keep looking at how far we've come, how far we've grown. It just honestly blows my mind.
And as she prepares to hand over the title of Person of the Year to a new winner, she has this to say.
I just congratulate the next person because it's done wonders for our foundation. Like you say, it gets the word out there. People are aware of us. People have repetitively seen the ad on TV, and it's awesome.
She's doing so much good there in her hometown. For more information on the B Foundation and how to support it, you can head to fox17online.com.
And of course, as I said, we're very proud of Michaela and all of our Persons of the Month. And now it is time to name this year's Person of the Year. After meeting our 12 monthly winners, I should say, you see that it's very much not an easy task for us to choose this person.
No, we were saying very tough competition, especially this year with all the good that our winners are doing. But now it's the moment that we have all been waiting for. Let's see who's taking home the title.
We are on the road to surprise our 2021 Pay It Forward Person of the Year.
Always exciting. We're at Philip Anthony's salon to surprise SHARYN Capobianco, who started Milan's Miracle Fund. Let's head in.
Hi, SHARYN.
Hi.
Congratulations. We wanted to drop by and surprise you and let you know that you are our Pay It Forward Person of the Year.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah. And we got you a blank piece of cardboard. No, I'm kidding. It's a check for $5,000 for all your work, and we are just so appreciative of everything that you do.
And the sun is shining today.
No kidding.
Yes, Milan's smiling down.
I'm speechless. That doesn't happen very often.
SHARYN Capobianco has worked tirelessly to carry on her daughter Milan's legacy and find a cure for DIPG, a terminal form of childhood cancer that took Milan from her at just 8 years old. More than 10 years later, working with Van Andel Institute, Milan's Miracle Fund has raised more than $700,000 for critical research. And in 2021, a big breakthrough came on the anniversary of Milan's death when the FDA approved clinical trials in February.
I believe in my lifetime and very soon that we are going to have our first child that's going to be cured from DIPG.
SHARYN does it all in honor of her ray of sunshine, ensuring Milan's light lives on, not only raising awareness of pediatric cancer research, but also bringing hope to families in their darkest times.
The kids need our help, and this is just, it can be done. I know it can be done, but we just need to make it happen. We're doing this for them, and Milan, we're never giving up.
As our winner, SHARYN is receiving a $5,000 check from Lake Michigan Credit Union and a beautiful bouquet courtesy of Eastern Floral.
Congratulations. We couldn't think of anybody more deserving. You are our Person of the Year. So big congratulations to you, SHARYN.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
I'm kind of just gonna probably cry a lot in a few minutes. I'm overwhelmed. I really am. I had no idea.
Happy tears.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you.
Again, big congratulations to SHARYN. You can learn more about Milan's Miracle Fund right now at fox17online.com. And while you're there, you can head to the Pay It Forward section and nominate someone you know to become our next Person of the Month.
Yeah, and we have to keep in mind that all of these folks were nominated by their friends, by their family, by their community. So we're so proud of the work that everyone is doing. And thank you so much for joining us for the Pay It Forward Awards and for taking care of each other this past year. Have a good night.